What is up, legends? We are back, and what I want to do is, because I got a bunch of questions on this, and I wasn't intending on doing this video, but since I'm getting a bunch of questions, I didn't know how the public was going to, reach out to this game. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a how to start strong. You guys already saw in title, and this game has a very interesting and simple way that it flows as far as this gaming loop. So those of you who are new to the channel, when I do these how to start strong videos, it's pretty much telling you the gaming loop and how to get ahead free to play. This is nothing to do with money. This is nothing to do with anything else, but simply you just playing the game. So first thing that I want to focus on is that this game is about open exploration, and there's a lot of things out in the world that you can go ahead and actually do, and it rewards you for open exploration. Now, there's going to actually be a point. Why am I not going over here? Stop clicking that. Can I just not click that now? Oh, it has a weird box. All right, so I have to do this differently. There we go. There we go. It has a weird box. It wasn't appearing. Anyway, so we have open exploration, and what you literally find out in the world is just things everywhere. Pick up everything that you see, every possible thing that you can see. Now, you can also run into areas that are a little bit high level for you, but as long as you do some of the things I'm talking about in this video, you should be more or less fine. Now, this is a puzzle area. Thanks, dear. So I guess I would pick this up then. All right, strength check. I'm putting it on top of me. Did that actually do anything? What did that do? But you need a bunch of stuff like this where you can essentially just find like goodies in the world. Sometimes it'll be gear, sometimes it'll be money, sometimes it'll be EXP for your character, for your psycho core. Now the psycho core, your psycho core basically is the character's kind of passive skill tree, which is right here. And as you get more from doing things out in the world, like it literally tell you, quest and exploration, it could be anything. Like this stuff is everywhere, basically. And what that does is that allows your character to essentially start to scale up and be really OP. Like you become godlike, basically, when you focus on that. So that's why I always put the emphasis on everybody. Search everywhere, search everything, attack everything. If you can handle attacking everything. So with that said, what that allows you to actually do is you have a camp section. And this is how you get OP early. You have a camp section, and a camp section, as you find things out in the world, which you have to find them, by the way, to open up more and more stuff in the camp section, which is why you should search everywhere in your ability to search, because that opens up more and more stuff in the camp for you to actually unlock. And what are you doing in here? Oh, that's just to make me go and do that. I'm gonna have to do that later. That's elemental training and stuff like that. This is kind of like your training dummy stuff. You do get items for that, so don't ignore it too long, but not right now. So we have equipment forging. Now, you see I have more than I can just make gear out the gear out the gear. Essentially, all you really need to do is give gear to every one of your equipped characters. You will find gear out in the world too, so you don't necessarily have to go crazy on putting gear, but we have gear on this character for, I think I have one character that may not have it. No, I did all of them. Guess you notice they all have +8. You will get more than enough gold to actually be able to do this. Not all at one time though. It builds up over time, but don't be afraid to actually level all these up to the max. And it's not a waste, because you get so much gold. You really don't have much other places to use it besides the general store and then stores that you have out in the world. And then you shouldn't be buying all the stuff that you see in the stores anyway. But what'll really help you as far as like your power and how strong you are with things is that once you have gear and all of these right here, like your characters are really tanky, they're really strong, and everything same level, even a little bit above you, in this part of the world, you can handle easily. You can auto most of it as long as you're building up your characters and not having anybody missing any type of gear. You also want to go for Trinity. It more so works, especially in a D&D game. I have a tank. I have a support DPS, which is in front, which is kind of a tank. This is my main tank right here. Horus is really good. This is my support DPS right here. Shaltar, what he pretty much does is he's tanky and he gives the team electric damage bonus on top of the end, gives himself a shield, so he's good to put out in front because he does he increases damage and he shields himself. And then I have my Shagro, which what he is he's a diver. He's also a DPS in front, so obviously he's not a tank type of DPS. He's just literally meant to dive the back line when I need it or come save my back line. Then you have the MC right here. He's a mage basically, and he's backline. As the more and more that you get more event stuff out in the world and from doing quests, you essentially become like a god, basically, like I said. And then my healer, which is Hexandra, she's very good early game. If you don't have anybody else or you didn't get any one of the legendary healers, or there's Purple Paladin healer as well, that's pretty good. But she could be the healer for a long time, that you don't really need to worry about anything. You could just set her and forget her and build her up. And on top of that, she is this faction right here, which is the green skull faction, whatever you want to call it. And she does a really good job of basically sustaining the team and putting a little bit of DPS out at the same time. So another thing that will actually help you out is there's a quest line in the game that will send you around the map to attack different nodes. And there is a point on the map where the story will deviate, and that point is right here where I'm pointing at, where you see the Adenthia, where the star is right here. What the story will do is it will send you down over here to Starfall Plains. And you'll think, oh, I'm supposed to go over there. That's what I should do. No. What you shouldn't do, what you should do from that point is you're going to notice south right here, there's the Tempest domain. And what this actually does is this is another unlock for your characters. Once you get a level 30 character up, you can actually unlock them so they can go to level 50. This is a very easy thing to miss because the game will send you over here storyline, which is where you're supposed to go. But what you should do is go down here and do like all this. This is just like side story type of stuff. You get a bunch of free stuff. You open up this part of the map right here. There's a bunch of resources. You get gold, you get EXP and everything else, and more EXP for your character, for your Psycho Core as well. And the lightning and earth elemental you open up, which allows you to go ahead and farm if you have any lightning units. Now, me personally, I have 3 lightning units right now, and this one is almost ready to be maxed, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have enough to actually break him. I don't. So what you do from there is, because I went ahead and actually did that, you can actually click on it and it'll send you over straight there, fast travel. And if you have been doing like what I suggested, you should be around level 25, because that's what this whole area that we're in is for level 25, including Starfall is for level 25. What they'll actually do is they give you a hint in this game. They'll give you an assist. I don't know if I actually have the assist with me right now. It probably only appears when you're in Starfall, but they give you an assist. And what the assist actually does is give you a hint of where your characters should be at that part of the story. So when you get to a point where the game says, hey, here's a free assist, your characters need to be at that level. Obviously, if it's higher, you're GG. That's actually like icing on the cake. But that's the way this game works. It gives you a hint that, hey, you should be around this level, and work out everything else like that. So let's go into Tempest real quick. Doesn't take too long. Also notice in the beginning of the game, they're not giving a lot of stamina, so pick and choose what you want to do. Also, don't use up all of your currency on summons right away, because you'll be done basically from doing like stage stuff, and sometimes you need to do stages to push ahead in the story. So always leave yourself a little bit of currency just in case, so you can actually go ahead and do stuff like this when they want you to go ahead and do stuff like this. Just a heads up, because currency kind of works the same way like with Genshin. There's currency available, but you literally have to travel around the map and do quests, and it's very strung out. So definitely keep that in mind. We're just gonna beat the life out of this thing. And you see, like, what we got good sustain. Like we got the single target, and he does the killing spree, and we knock stuff out. So how many did I get? All right, so only 3. Challenge again. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because once he's at 30, it doesn't overlap. So you have to limit break him. And if I had not known to come down here and unlock this, then I would have been over there in a new zone, basically just wasting the EXP at that point. And that happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people in beta, and then people were actually like, what the heck, man? It told me to go over here. I didn't know I need to go down there. Now you have the quest, and the quest tells you literally that you have to go around and beat the elements and unlock that stuff. And that's the reason why, but it doesn't tell you at that point in time in the story, hey, you should go south and not go west and go unlock that. It puts it on the map, but then you never hear it again. So you literally have to pay attention, like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, why am I not going down there? So you literally have to make the choice. They don't handhold you on that. So let's see, how many? We got 10 exactly, we're good. You see my stamina is actually a little bit low now. Stamina thankfully comes back at a moderate pace. And we see we have the up arrow right now, literally telling us to improve. And now he's no longer capped. So now I can go on and do what I was doing. So the first thing that I do as far as leveling is I put it on the tank, because literally he takes the most damage. I get him to like around 45 and then come back for the other characters like the MC, because the MC scales like crazy because he has those passives that level up as you do quests and stuff like this. So he starts scaling like a beast. For like, it's insanely good. Those of you who did the event, I didn't. That I forgot about it, to be honest. That pretty much allows you to like maybe pick a legendary character. Let's go back over here. Oh, we have one of these. What is it up? Oh, this is just a glider. This is PvP right here. I don't suggest. Ooh, I got a quest over there. Let me do that. I didn't even see that. Let me close this. I don't suggest doing PvP right away. If you're on what I call a consecrator server, which is like, I think it's like Crystal or Chaos or something like that. Because a lot of people are super strong already, or they have their original characters. We don't have our original levels, but we have our original characters. Like this team is the team that I had before, which is why I'm used to the type of stuff and can level fast, because I have the same team that I had. I had the same team that I had before, which is extremely useful and makes me like, I already have the Trinity set up. You can easily like go and summon this stuff if you're lucky, because they're purple characters and stuff like this, and is useful. But you don't necessarily have to have this team. You can get lucky, get a legendary, and then throw it out and do the same type of role. But as long as you keep the Trinity, you'll be fine in this game. And the Trinity means tank, DPS, and healer. Then you throw in a support or whatever else you want to have. Like you see, like I got like a diver, which allows me to kind of like manually control stuff. That's the reason why, because you don't really control the positioning outside of what you put them in the beginning of the fight. But if you have somebody who has a special that you can point in a direct, well, that allows you to have more manual control over positioning. And essentially what I'm talking about is the guy who says it's like killing time. Well, essentially what he does is, with him like that, you can position him. So if somebody backlines me, I can make him go back and do stuff like that and focus on things. Now you can aim AoE as well too. All right, you happy, lady? Out here trying to mess with me. Let's get my item. Interrupting my tutorial. All right, so did we get an artifact? No, this is just a quest. All right, but I did get power for that, as you see, though, and that's for more for my psycho core, so that's good. And that's why I came over here, you know, to just knock this out, because obviously the more you do of all this, the better. There's a lot of overarching quest lines in this game. I know I'm just kind of like pushing through because I already know what they're gonna say, and we don't need to look at them and hear what they got to say most of the time. All right, so we're done in here. And again, you definitely want to go out and do all this stuff whenever you see quest stuff like this, because again, it's going to affect your main character, and your main character basically just starts to get really, really strong while you focus on that. They become like a tank, they become like a DPS, all in the same thing. You even have a little bit of heals going on them. That's what you want. See, there we go. More on that. 475, so 25 more. We will actually get another point. So now I can get the head down there and do that. Make sure again that you do the tour of elements. Or see, here's the fire one right here. Here's the ice one right here. This is frost. This is fire. When you're doing the quest line, what the quest line does is you start from Antlion and then you go east across right here. Then you go to Arboria, and it heads you up north to the Windspear Forest, and then the Altar of Germination. Now, what the game is going to do is send you west at that point where you see the frost thing as long as you get there. It doesn't encourage you to go south, because south is where the flame one is. So what I would suggest is once you get to the Altar of Germination, go south, knock this out. You will need to be to level 25 right here, because if you do it according to that, the flame one will be the first one that you actually find. So you do need to be on level 25, and you need all your characters to have at least +4 on their armor gear. But by this point, if you're doing all the quests, you should be able to put majority of the characters in all of their gear, their base, like, you know, common gear, and then you'll be strong enough for like literally like everything on the map right here, including coming down over here, right here. This is like all the beginning. You can do the same gaming loop progress up until level 70. It works the same way. And in fact, what you can do is, because the game encourages this, I don't suggest doing it all right away. But when you feel that you're no longer playing in the day, take the rest of your stamina, head down over here to challenge, and go to the Goblin Lair. Because in the Goblin Lair, that's where you get all your EXP potions. Just keep spamming the EXP dungeon, level 1, not level 2. Level 1. Build up your EXP things, max out whoever your tank is, because they're the ones who take the most damage, and if they die, you pretty much die. And then you're done for the day. Come back the following day, you know, your stamina comes back. Or you can run around the map, because fighting stuff in the map and, you know, like unlocking stuff in the map does not take stamina. However, you're going to get injured for the most part, and what you're going to need is potions. Because you've been farming all this time and like all day, you have plenty of potions to go around. So you go here, actually in here, and cook. You also can do random stuff and, like, you know, try to unlock stuff. I would look for a guide on stuff like that. I don't know all of them, but you can put stuff together and kind of like make things. But there's plenty of guides up on this type of stuff that you know exactly what to do, and then you get the recipes, and then the recipes just appear over here 100%. So we can just go ahead and, if you get a good cooking roll, you get extra, which, see, like extra. So, you know, tonic and everything else like that. And you can also find this out in the world, so you would get this as well, which will give you EXP for fighting, because your HP doesn't come back when you take damage out in the world. What does come back is getting things that you can actually make to get the HP back. The horn is also something that you can look for a guide on, but for the most part, I'm gonna do dragon. fire, and damage, because I know these three work, and hope that the roll is something good, and then maybe I'll get a epic or legendary. Super rare for that to happen though. Look at it, we get up at F and 6, yo. And I didn't even get a character. They just said you suck and left. At F and 6. I got those three prefaces, and then I get a 6. You're gonna get triggered on that, trust me. So that's the general gaming loop. The one other thing that I would suggest is you're gonna need 6 characters, and the reason why is there's something called defense and strongholds. In there, it's gonna make you fight according to tower defense, where they're gonna have lanes and they're gonna be running through. The healer is absolutely useless there because you're not taking any damage right there. So what you're gonna need is another DPS at that point. So you're gonna need a 6 character that you don't necessarily use, but they're gonna be DPS that you can actually be able to take down the waves. Preferably you want a range to actually do that, which I don't really have that right now, which is why I don't have a 6-1. This character is a healer, and this is a melee character. She's good, but her skills don't allow her to pursue anybody, because if you have a character that can pursue out, they can go after the lanes, and like, you know, even though they're not in the particular lane, they can go out of their lane into another lane and go attack. So you need somebody who's going to be ranged, they're going to come through, and I don't have anybody else that's like, no, these are like all blue units. So I'm just not going to use them, because I'll just end up getting a purple character eventually that will be good. In fact, let's see if I can actually do that now. I always go out, but you don't have to do that. I got 25, bro. I just been playing. This is how much I've been doing. That looks a lot. Let's see if we get a purple. Nah, these are all blues. But it's good because you get this currency, which you can use in the store and buy an artifact when you unlock that. It's not right now, though. Bruh, give me a purple. Not even asking for a gold. A purple range unit, please. This is like the basic B summon, so it's not that easy to do it here. It can happen though. Here we go. What is that? Is he a healer? I should be a healer. I might as well do this last one, then we'll go look at her. Rip. All right, so I definitely don't have any of these yet. Again, you can use your currency for this, but I'm not. I'm holding on to my currency for now, because I don't know how much I'm going to need as far as, you know, being able to keep playing. I'm already at 32 stamina right now, and in the beta, we got food. Now, this game isn't officially launched yet. I'm actually playing early because this is my CBT2 account right here. That was a refresh. Basically, they take your levels away, but you get to keep the characters. And this is not officially launched yet, but I am actually allowed to play, which is good and it's bad because I don't have any of the launch stuff right now playing. But as you guys can see, fresh without the help of any of the free stuff. Like my character's 30. Like I can give him the 50 if I want to, if I expend my stamina and my in my currency. So I know people say, like, is it free to play? Like I'm literally, this is about as free to play as you can get right now because the game isn't even helping me at this point. I don't have any of the mailed stuff yet. We get that tomorrow on the 19th. It's the 18th right now. You have all the event stuff that you can achieve, but you have to actually play. So this is right now I'm playing the game, and like if it's a PC game, not even a gacha game, even though it has gacha. So this is about as free to play as you could possibly get right now. So you see, like it's literally just understanding the game and just playing through that. You don't necessarily need any type of money or anything like that. You can literally do this all the way up to end game. What you do at end game is something totally different, and it's up to you. And you can influence that. You can start buying battle pass stuff, and like start spending on currency to summon and get legendary characters. But you absolutely don't need them. All you have to do is just learn the game and counter. Elements are essentially the thing that you have to counter. Like if you're fighting somebody electric, and you have 3 electric characters like I have, which is problematic. You're not going to do a lot of damage, and this is going to basically be on all of your characters. But what you can actually do is, depending on, you can actually bring in other characters that are different elements.
As intoxicating and alluring as any fine wine.
Now she's a support. All right, what do you got? You stun with this, okay. Fires 2 lightning orbs. You're lightning? Oh, well, I'm not going to use you then. That's good that she has the silence, though. But she is a ranged unit. And she doesn't need the ability to actually be in a lane. So she's actually perfect. I literally got what I wanted, even though I'm complaining because she's lightning. I got what I wanted. I don't have any EXP for her, which sucks. So I'll figure that out eventually. But yeah.
Knowledge as intoxicating.
That's crazy that I actually got exactly what I needed. So what I would do, being that I have gear left over, is we'll throw some gear on her. And I have plenty of currency because I've been doing all the quests. So hit that refine real quick. Oh, look at that money. My money don't care. No, this gets more expensive if you get higher rarity gear, but in the beginning like this, like the first 2 or 3 days, like you can just do this. It don't matter. It just doesn't. All right. So outside of needing levels for her, she's like good to go as far as like her gear. So when I get her some levels, she'll be ready to actually go into the defense, and I can use her instead of using my healer as a range, and it makes it easier as far as the defense stage. And trust me, it's like one of the best things you'll probably hear in this video, because the defense stage will trigger you when you need to try to finish it and not have anybody get through, and you don't have enough DPS to actually do it. In fact, you may need 7 characters. Well, you're gonna need more anyway, but you need a 7th character because the tank isn't going to do a whole lot either unless they can stun. My tank can stun, so that's kind of like okay, but you really want to just DPS down because you're not taking any damage in the tower defense stage. So that is all I got for you guys. We got 25 summons in there too, which is actually pretty nice. And we got a character that we needed. So I hope this will help you guys with... Nice. He got a legendary from the horn. Like that should have happened for me, but no, I rolled a goddamn 6. Be legendary, y'all. Peace.